All right, guys, Kuma Day is here, and to celebrate, I'm going to tell you a story. One day, Kuma shut down its website, it shut down its Instagram, it shut down its Twitter, it shut down all of its socials, and then a whole bunch of people sold. And then the Kuma developers came out and said, hey, we're still here. We just shut it down because we wanted you paper-handed hoes to get out of our product. And you know what? If you sold during that time, you're a paper-handed hoe. And they didn't care at all. Because guess what? Kuma is soaring. And why is it soaring? I have no idea. Guys, if you like this content, make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you leave a comment down below. The important part of that is make sure that you hashtag or $ your token if you're watching. This is not financial advice, but I am always right. All right, guys, the market is at $3.01 trillion today off a volume of $188 billion. In the last 24 hours, that's up 3.7%, and it started last night, and it started getting crazy. Ethereum hit a new all-time high. Bitcoin's trading over 66,000 right now. Everything is starting to happen. However, that means that there's a consolidation period here for almost everybody. If you look at all the ups that were happening in the last little while, you will notice they're going to start to level off a little bit. Why? Because the Bitcoin train is on the run, and so is Ethereum, which is going to suck a little bit of oxygen out of some of these other tokens as we go down the list. Now, you'll still see a little bit of a lift because people are moving their money around trying to get in where they fit in. But when you look at things like Matic and things like that, you're going to see a bunch of stagnant motion for just a little period of time, because everything is about to get that cascade of money once everybody starts to sell off on the Bitcoin hype and the Bitcoin rise, which should be happening in the next little while. So everything's looking really great. The market is absolutely soaring. I hope that everybody is making a whole lot of money. Ethereum, that might be the top for it right now until it can get a little bit more focus off of the Bitcoin. But, I mean, we'll see what we'll see. Moving on. All right, Kuma, you guys are trading at $39.86. That's up 1.9% to the previous day. And if you look at this channel that has formed right here, then you can get an idea that at worst you're going to bounce around 38, and then you're going to get sent right back up here, because that seems to be the trend. And it looks like it's happening every 24 to 48 hours in the last few days, around daily. So it looks like you guys have a whole lot of opportunity to make a whole lot of up. Now, what you want to see, obviously, is one of these big parabolic moves right here, because there's a support line that sits right here around right where you're sitting at this moment. So, maybe you can stay above the 3,900 and hover around that 4,000 until that next big sending comes, and you guys can take that next level way up. And you've seen it time and time again. If I go back and I take these channels and I look just across down here, then all you see is up, and all you see are bigger ups. Now, that means a very good thing if you're in Kuma. But the question of the day is this: what is Kuma? Well, let's go find out. All right, guys, what is Kuma Inu? Well, for starters, I live in Chicago, and I'm a Chicago Kuma fan, and they are playing tonight. I'm sorry. Kuma is the Japanese word that means bear. So if you're wondering what Kuma means, it's a bear. Chicago Bears playing tonight, Monday Night Football. Be there, be square. Pittsburgh Steelers, get wrecked. But what exactly is Kuma Inu? So I'm going to quote an admin here when I ask, well, what is Kuma? And he says, bro, really nobody knows. This is all a big mystery, and the developers are just bringing us along with surprises as we go. And I got to be honest, that's incredibly intriguing. So let's take a look at the website and let's see what we got here. Simple as that. The token name is Kuma Inu. The token symbol is Kuma. 100 quadrillion supply. The liquidity is burnt. No advanced tokenomics. We believe this token should be as simple as possible. No advanced functions of smart contract are used. Community driven, this token is fully decentralized and is community driven. No team tokens and liquidity is burnt forever. Then you have how to buy, install MetaMask, the standard thing. Everybody use it. You know how to buy if you're watching this. The products. Kuma Breeder, which is a yield farming protocol for meme coins. Deposit your meme coins and earn passive income, and there's an app for that. And then there is a Kuma Dex coming, a decentralized VAMM-based perpetual contract trading protocol for meme coins, up to 25x long-short leverage trading. And just in case you wanted to know, it explains in the white paper exactly what VAMM is, which we're going to pump into right now. In the white paper, over a matter of weeks, the crypto market saw meme coins shoot up in popularity and value, rivaling the likes of Dogecoin. Kuma is among the most loved of these meme coins, leading people into new and unforgettable experiences of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. After experiencing huge growth in both its community and token price in a short space of time, Kuma's community has grown from strength to strength. Kuma empowers its community with utility tokens that give them a wide variety of benefits in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Kuma's offering includes a DEX, governance rights, farming, and vaults. These features ensure that the platform benefits all community members. So now let's talk about the DEX real quick. The DEX is called Kuma Dex. It's a decentralized VAMM-based perpetual contract trading protocol for leveraged traders with infinite on-chain liquidity. And the question of what is a VAMM is answered right here. Our VAMM uses the same X times Y equals K constant product formula as most AMMs do. However, as the word virtual suggests, the VAMM itself does not contain an actual asset pool. Instead, the actual assets are kept in a smart contract vault that oversees all of the VAMM's collateral. In contrast to traditional AMMs, we use a VAMM as a price discovery mechanism, but not for spot trading. This allows Kuma Dex to operate with infinite liquidity with zero impermanent loss for stakeholders, as liquidity providers aren't required. Wicked smart. All right, now, guys, if you're interested in DEX, that's going to be coming very soon. But what is out right now is the Kuma Breeder program. We early introduced our Kuma Breeder, and it is currently running on the Ethereum mainnet. Kuma Breeder is a yield farming protocol which offers a fresh approach to farming D-Kuma tokens. The Kuma Inu community can gain from the fair distribution system, which ensures that the whole community benefits from Kuma Breeder farming pools. It currently has various farming pools like ETH, D-Kuma, Kuma, SHIB, Leash, Akita, Elon. So, for single token pools, they're offering high interest rates. Guys, go check that out, because if you're looking to make money off of stuff that you are just holding and you're not one of these paper-handed hoes that keep selling their product because they think that they are an expert at day trading or swing trading, and you're not, you're an idiot if you do that. If that's the case, go check it out. Go put your SHIB in there. Go put your Akita, your Elon. Go put your Leash or your Kuma in there and just see what you can make out of it. Now, the other thing that they offer is called the Kuma Vault. The Kuma Inu will provide a vault system for maximizing returns on investments. Kuma Vault involves pools of funds with an associated strategy on the asset in the vault. Vault strategies are more active than just lending out coins. In fact, a vault can do multiple things to maximize the returns. Each vault follows a strategy that is voted on by the Kuma Inu community. Kuma Vaults might be created as a direct response to yield farming and liquidity mining that made searching for the highest yield much more complex than just switching between different lending protocols. Similarly to the default DeFi protocol, typical DeFi vaults, when users deposit tokens to a vault, they receive their corresponding K tokens that represent shares of the vault. One of the important keys when you come into the Kuma Vault in general is the fact that you always withdraw the same asset that was initially deposited. So farmed tokens and accrued fees are sold for Kuma in the vault, and you can increase your interest rate by staking K tokens to Kuma Breeder and farming the D-Kuma tokens. So guys, the next big thing to this is the DAO. The Kuma Vessel is a decentralized autonomous governance system for the Kuma Inu community to control the whole process of marketing, development, and other parts of the project. The primary voting token is Kuma. you are in charge of what happens to this product if you are in this product. From the regulatory perspective, the project must be running under DAO authority. No team, no founders, all community members, all project owners. Devs and everything around the project will be hired by Kuma Vessel. Since the community is custodian of the project, funds will be stored in the Kuma Vessel smart contract. Everything will be paid by DAO. Decentralization, this is our dream. Now, the Kuma Dex DAO is another DAO for Kuma Dex product management and development. The primary voting token is DKuma. Since Kuma Dex is the biggest product of the Kuma Inu community, we are going to separate DAO for Dex product management. Anything can be decided and driven by Kuma Dex DAO regarding the Dex product. All right, so if you're not catching on, everything that gets decided about who is responsible for the project is done through Kuma Vessel, which is a DAO that uses your Kuma as your voting. But if you are looking at things like product management and development, then you're using the Kuma Dex DAO, so you're using your DKuma, and that is your voting mechanism. That gives you a say in what's going on. So I think it's very interesting and very intriguing, the fact that they have split up what it is that you can vote on, because guess what that means? That means that you need to be invested deeply into the product, and there's no leadership. This is a renounced contract. Everything is wide open. So what's it all going to mean? Let's find out. And what does this little bear have going for it? Well, it's got a Twitter. And guess what? This is where you're going to come to get clues about what's going on. This is frequently updated. And I know some of you have been following tokens that just absolutely do not have updates. And they do not have very many updates at all. But this one seems to be pretty constantly and consistently updated. So if you ever have questions, come to Twitter, go to Kuma Inu Official or Kuma Informer, and they will keep you up to date on everything that's going on. Now, as with everything, there is a risk involved, and we got to look through Token Sniffer to see what exactly is going on with Kuma. So the token is sellable, not a honeypot at this time. Buy fee is less than 5%. Sell fee is less than 5%. Now, where you run into problems is this. Contract analysis, verified contract source. No prior similar token contracts. That just means that somebody wrote their own contract. I'm not sure why that's even an X, but okay. Next, ownership renounced or source does not contain an owner contract. Now, this is important when you are doing your research. The contract contains ownership functionality, and ownership is not renounced, which allows the creator or current owner to modify contract behavior. For example, disable selling or mint new tokens. That doesn't mean that that's what it does. That just means that those are the possibilities on a contract like that. And if you look at the community reports over here, it says liquidity removed, rug pull. Now, we know that's not the case because everybody's still in it, so let's not worry about that. Suspicious website or fake team. We know that that happened because they took down their website. Suspicious social media. We know that because they took down that. So let's assume that these right here are just some fudders who sold early and ended up getting wrecked. In the holder analysis, it says that the owner creator wallet contains less than 5% of token supply, which means it's a very good thing. It means that nobody's going to, and guys, I don't know if, I assume that you're deep into it, which is how you found Kuma, but when you are out there and you see a new token and you know that you're in the degen world and you know that you're just getting played, you go into a token, you put $1,000 into it, and then all of a sudden you see just a giant sell, and then a giant sell. And then you're in a Telegram, and the guy's laughing, talking about he's providing liquidity. No, what he's doing is he's taking your money, and he's making the money off of you in order to wreck the product. That's how that works. That's not providing liquidity. And then you get a bunch of people that are out there that are telling you, yeah, that's what they're doing, providing liquidity. Those are the guys that already made the money. So, those guys have huge, huge wallets full of tokens. And when you start going down the list, you'll see, do your research. But when you do the research on this, you don't see the same thing. So when you go in here and you look at who the holders are, you've got a big black hole wallet which has 50% of the token supply. Then you've got a contract wallet, 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 and a contract wallet. Then down here you have the hodlers, and it starts right here at 6.8 trillion, and it's 0.6% of the supply, which means that there are not a lot of people that have a whole lot. Now, if you want to be nervous, you can be nervous because there's a whole bunch of people with exactly 3 trillion, or with 2 trillion, or with 1.5 trillion. You know, be nervous when you see something like that, because that generally means that those were gifts or those were handed out at the beginning to people who were sharing in whatever was going on when it was going on at this point. But I mean, you're going to see that in a lot of different tokens. So this really, it's something to point out, but it's not something that I think that you should be worried about. These are basically just some liquidity providers. The simple fact is this: when you see this, and this is, what are we, 6 months into this? 6 months after this token was launched, you are still seeing all these people holding. So these are millionaires that are still sitting on their money and holding it. So I believe they're out for your better interest. So that's a really good thing. Let's move on for a little bit. All right, so let's get to the final analysis here on the token sniffer. It says that there's adequate liquidity present. There's 1,423 Ethereum. That is a large amount of trust that's been built up in this community. At least 95% of liquidity is burned or locked, 90.45%. Not enough liquidity is locked, burned, which could allow for significant amounts to be removed. Rug pull. So this is a faith test. And that's what it looks like every single time. And if you have faith in the product and you believe in these people and you've seen nothing but good things from them, then you're absolutely right to trust these guys with your investment. So let's wrap this up. You're up 2.75% right now at 40.55. The diluted market cap, because remember, half of this is already burnt, and there's no tokens that are being held back by devs or anything like that. So generally speaking, your total market cap is always going to be about 50%. And this is the simplest of calculations when you're looking at diluted market cap versus total market cap. 50.175% is in the black hole. That's going to be what's out of the flow, and that's how you'll be able to calculate the total market cap versus diluted market cap. It's very simple in this one. So the total market cap is $202 million. The trading volume is $4 million per day, and it's been going on for a long period of time. Now, important thing, there's only 17 trillion left in the pool. So I think things are going to be getting pretty interesting at some point here. You're going to run out of supply, which is going to start to drive the price up. And, I mean, again, let's look at this price channel. If you are trying to make money, like we all are, then these are the kind of charts that you want to see. If I were to take this back even just a little bit further, it doesn't change very much. It doesn't change very much on any of this. Like, these are where your channels are, and it looks like you guys are just absolutely ready to have this parabolic sending and to just continue growing. So, guys, if you're looking for something to invest in, and mind you, by the way, we are not anywhere close to meme coin season yet. Like, we're still in the spots where everything is just kind of working its way through and working its way through and working its way through. We're not there yet. So if there's a token that you want to get into, Kuma sounds like a pretty good deal to me. It looks like since the beginning, when we go back here, we had that just like everybody had. You had that period, and then since that sending moment, all you've had is up. And all you've continued to have is up. Now that shows support. And if you go and you look at any tokens that I cover, you have moments where they're up, you have moments where they're down, you have moments where they struggle, where there's bear pressure that's just crushing them right now. And if I'm looking at my list, there's probably 3 or 4 of them right now. They're just suffering from some immense bear pressure. The reason for that, First of all, there's a lot of sellers. There's a lot of sellers, a lot of people trying to take their profit, but most people are moving it over right now to the main market. They're not holding on to their stuff long term. At the moment, in the meme coins, you're going to find a lot of people who are, but generally speaking, the swing traders, they're here right now. This is where everything is starting to happen, and this is where everybody's going to make a whole bunch of money, like very quickly, so that they can then start throwing that money back into meme coins at a later point. But you follow the market, and if you follow the market, this is where everybody is. So expect that there's going to be some bear pressure, but at the end of the day, I think this is a great product. It seems like everything is moving in the right direction. It seems like this dev team has taken care of every step of the way, making sure that it's on the up, and it continues, and it continues, and it continues to go up. So guys, if you're looking for a place to put a little money and test it out, try me, bro. That's all I got to say about this token. I'm going to throw in $1,000 today, and let's see what happens. Moving on. All right, guys, HokkFi, still not available for trading. We have the contract number. Everything is ready to go. The launch will take place as soon as parts 1, the Ethereum Hokk people have claimed their tokens, the BSC have claimed their tokens, and the HokkFi people have claimed their tokens, and then there will be a launch. So I'm just keeping you updated and keeping you informed. There's nothing to report now, but we will know more shortly. Moving on. All right, Sanshu, you guys are trading at 65.57. It's up 1.34%. Just to let you guys know, I rode with you guys from down here about 5,000 all the way up. Excuse me, that was not where I got out. At 6,003, well, it's actually 6,200. But rode with you guys for a while, left half the bag in. Now I'm just waiting for that big parabolic moment. And guys, if you notice that smiley face up there, that's where I think you guys are going to end up. It looks like it's going to take a little bit longer because the market just started going crazy. I thought that it would happen a lot quicker than it did, but it seems like there's a little consolidation move to the side that's taking a little bit longer. But it really felt like it was going to happen right here. So, let's just take this and let's just say that you're probably looking about right here. So was it the 13th or 14th? The 11th. So it looks like you got a couple days. But I think that you guys are going to be hitting this big number up here. And I think that it's coming very soon. I talked to the developers this weekend, and they have a plan. And that's very important. Moving on. All right, Floki. 26,221. You guys are up 4.42%. I woke up to the sounds of the whales know something. The whales know something. The whales know something. And now we got a little bit of a cascade of sell-off because what the swing traders know is that they hate being millionaires. So it looks like there is a conference call going on this afternoon. 3.09 hours away at 11 a.m. Central Time. Guys, I got a feeling. You know what? Don't hold me to anything. But I got a feeling that this is going to be one of the good ones. Because last week we talked about what was Floki doing. And what Floki was doing was... And Saber, I'm with you, brother. I am 100% with you. They are putting a school on every continent, and taking care of our youth is probably one of the biggest priorities that anybody should have anywhere. So I feel you on that. And all right, sorry about that. In the investment community, that's one of those things that just doesn't move the needle as much as you would think. So there's another big announcement that's coming today, and when that happens, let's see what happens. I think that there's a big sending coming. I feel like, let's put all the cards on the table here. You guys came out around the same time as Saitama. Saitama is sitting at around $8 billion diluted market cap and near $5 billion total market cap. So you guys need to double. You guys can double this number right here. just to show people that these meme coin markets that are evolving from these meme coins into real use cases, this is an opportunity to show that they matter. All of the things that you're seeing out of Saitama, all the things that you're seeing out of Floki, those are life-changing moments for real people. So salute to you guys. And I think you're doing great things, and it speaks volumes to these markets. But it's time for you guys to take it up a notch. Moving on. All right, Saitama. Guys, the bear pressure that is coming down on you at this moment right now is just incredible. For those of you who are rookies and don't see it, all of these lines right here, these are gigantic amounts of sales from people liquidating their Saitama all the way down to some really low numbers that end up getting bought way back up. If you look at this trend, it's been happening for a little while. Now, some of you know 52A1. So there's some of them that are just kind of predictable. There's some of them that you look at and you just, there's a big sell-off. There's a couple of different people who are taking their profits and they're going home. And that's creating a lot of bear pressure. But that also sends shockwaves to the weak-handed people, which is causing them to do their sell-off too. So now where Saitama was generally trading right here at the 88 to 93 range, that long accumulated period has now caused that beatdown. So now we're consolidating here at 84, which is the support line right here. And if it keeps happening, then the support line is going to go all the way down to, maybe a little bit at 7,400, but then it goes down to sometime around 7. So if there's not a tremendous upside, then this could break support. However, here's the other part. If you look at the hills and the valleys concerning Saitama for any length of time, then you will see that the next step right here is a parabolic move to 1,400. Maybe 1,200. Maybe 1,200, because we're getting to that point right now where the diluted market cap is 8.4 billion. The total market cap is how much can you go? How much can you do? Can you challenge SHIB? Because in order to do that, you're going to need a 10x. In order to do that, you're going to need about 5 times as many holders. So, we'll see what we'll see. But it looks like we're getting to that point where it's going to be decision time. But here's the issue. The issue is the daily volume. The daily volume is down to 30 million, where it was 40 and 50 million the last bunch of days. Now that bear pressure is starting to wear people out. And when you start to get tired of the fight, that's when you start making those bad decisions. And you start selling, and you start growing apathetic. So let's see what happens. I believe that Saitama is going to continue to grow and continue to go. But at this point, that bear pressure is just beating down. So cross your fingers and let's hope for something good. November 13, in a couple days, Sata Mask, the Sataverse is coming. There's all kinds of good things that are coming, but it all has to translate into people not selling. Moving on. All right, Kishu, you guys you broke the support line a couple days ago. I told you what was happening there. I was hoping that you guys would go back up here. You touched the top right here. This is the middle support line, and then you cascaded back down here. There's not much you can do about that. That's one of those things where, and let's go back here and let's look at it and let's see what happened. But it's one of those things where the market is the market and it's moving around. It's doing some weird things. A lot of money's being pulled out and sucked out to go into Bitcoin, or it's going into the altcoins right now. But you guys have touched that support line yet again. And the last time you did the same pattern that you did right here, that led to you going from 3,600 up to 8,600 in, it looks like 48 hours maybe. Yeah, in about 48 hours. So maybe 48 hours from now, we're going to be talking about a redonkulous, I love that word, lift that takes you all the way back up to the top side of this chart, because it looks like that's where it ends, is around 1300. So, but guys, some of this has to do with you guys. The rest of it has to do with market sentiment. So there's only so much that you can do, but be faithful, hold on to your product, and understand that that moment is still coming, and you guys are still going to be the leaders in this. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Moving on. All right, so guys, you've been following me for any length of time. You know how I feel about StarLink. I think it's amazing. And I said that this flag was going to lead to something, and it led to you guys breaking that support and heading down this way. And then all of the sudden, some relief comes in, and you guys spiked all the way back up, broke the support to the upside, and now you're still moving to that upside. And then there's a little cascade back down. So we hit the upside, but now we're back in that consolidation mode. And if you're watching me and you're not watching the whole thing and you're skipping just to your portion right here, the reason for that is that the market, Bitcoin is starting to move again. The altcoins are starting to move again. Meme coin season is still not here. The altcoin seasons are still not here. Or they are, but they're at a lower level. But people are starting to look for those gems. And, you know, I think you guys are in the top 500 now. So, they're going to find you, and then you're going to start to see a lot of good movement to the upside, but it's just going to take a little bit of time because people are going to have to go through a big list, and a lot of that's going to be delayed because Bitcoin and Ethereum are making their moves right now. So we'll see what we'll see. Moving on. All right, Boss Token, you guys are trading at 39.15. That's down 1% to the previous day. There's a lot of consolidation happening. It seems like you keep getting these legs up, and it looks like this leg up is going to lead to another one. That seems to be, and it seems like it might be taking place right about now. If not, you might see a little bit more dip down to 37 before it starts to move up. It looks like to, let's make a guess. Let's say it's up to about 46. So the opportunity exists to make that move, to get it to the upside. But in order for that to happen, we need to see Boss Tracker. But guys, if you're not following everything that I'm doing here, then I'm going to repeat this again. Bitcoin is having its move right now. Ethereum is having its move right now. Those being the case, that means that the altcoins and the meme coins start to stagnate for just a little while as they wait for that next parabolic move. But you guys are up to almost 11,000 holders, which means that everything has been working to the positive side right now. You've gained support, you've gained holders. It continues to move, and as soon as Bitcoin takes another pause and Ethereum takes another pause, then you're going to start to see this shoot back up. And it should be noted, BNB was trading at 666 just a little while ago. Moving on. All right, guys, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but I am drinking a G Fuel that says PewDiePie on it. And all I can say to that is, are you shitting me? That means that one of these days, there could be a Believes game fuel. So maybe we should work towards that. Nah, maybe not. But guys, Bitcoin is making a move right now. Ethereum's making a move right now. Things are moving to the upside. We're at $3 trillion market cap, which is a huge number. But we really haven't seen that parabolic move. We've seen nice moves to the upside on all of the altcoins. They continue to move up a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. But we haven't really started to see those incredible parabolic moves. And what is a parabolic move? It's when the market and the chart just looks like that. It's going straight up. So we've seen a few of them, but there's a lot of tokens in this market that we should be seeing it out of that we're not. And that usually means that Bitcoin is primed for a move. Ethereum is going to be primed for their move. And all of those are going to happen before we start to see that real parabolic move. But we're getting to the point very soon when we're going to start to see just gigantic ups from everybody. Now, if you're paying attention like I do, then you'll notice that blockchains and NFTs are where things are happening the most. So the blockchains, Solana, Avalanche, Terra. They're all having those moments. You'll notice some stagnation off of Matic, but Matic is one of the most active, if not the most active, blockchains that there is outside of Ethereum. So there's a moment where that's going to happen. There's also, if you look down here, I'm covering two of them. Solana has a price target and a price point of 900. Because a couple days ago, there was an article that came out and it pointed out that Solana, by volume, compared to Ethereum, was trading at a specific number. But what should it be trading at based on the amount of volume, based on the amount of value, based on if it were Ethereum, and the number was 950. So people are now talking about it going to 900. Matic has reached that moment where if you look at the charts, then you are seeing that within about 2 days, Matic is set to explode to about $4.50. But the point is, or the question is, are people tired? Because you want to see that move up a little bit. You want to see that move up a little bit. You want to see that move up a little bit because that makes you feel comfortable. But in a market like this, you'll take the explosion. And then the question is the explosion ever coming? Now, for anybody who's been in any length of time, there were a couple of them. Cardano, you're still waiting for that explosion. New Cypher, that explosion came just a while back, but hadn't been there for a long time. AMP was trading at about 45 for the longest of times, and it just had a 50% lift, and it's trading at 66 right now. So those moves are coming. People are getting around to them, but those are not even parabolic moves. Those are just good moves to that upside. So what's going to happen with Matic? Because Matic, based on activity, is probably valued way low. Same with Solana. So we're going to see some moves from them. The question now is when. I think it's going to be in the next few days, but we'll see. Guys, that's my time. Kuma, welcome aboard. And we'll see you tomorrow.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I want to be shining.